Hey everyone, welcome to the trade floor. Today we'll dive right into the technical analysis and build a logical trade plan for next week. If you're new here, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I hope you had a wonderful week. And now, without further ado, let's dive right into the charts. Alright guys, let's start with the SPY. As you can see, on Friday, the daily candle wasn't probably one of the best. We saw basically a gap up at the beginning of the day, and then it just got rejected at 585, and it closed below that previous support that we had at 580, right here basically. So it closed below that and almost touching the 20-day moving average again. Now, daily we're still, as you can see, the MACD is still in negative territory, and RSI, even though we haven't had an overbought section yet, is a little bit curling down. So next, what could happen? Either we can retake the 580 and go higher. Otherwise, if we basically reject again the 580, then probably we're going to lose the 20-day moving average and get into these major support. Although I do think if we lose the 20, we could even have more pain, probably a little bit of more consolidation here before touching the 568 level, 566. 566 is one of the most important level, which could create a daily higher low in the daily trend. So it will probably mean that it's still positive. Although the trend, we do have also the 50-day moving average here, close to the 568 almost. So if we lose again the 580, I guess we are gonna touch 574, 572, and if we lose this support zone also, then we're going to 566, 568 next. So probably it's better to show you on a hourly chart. As you can see, guys, we had this previous channel which created a lot of resistance and rejection here, and also support. Now we did lose it here, although we were able to gap up and basically trying to hold on inside again. We couldn't do that. We closed below the 580 and this channel. So that's why I was saying that we might see something like this next, and after that this if we lose also this major support on the SPY. Otherwise, if from here with earnings and everything from next week we bounce, we hold above 580 again, I do think probably we're gonna go higher into the 590 level. So it's probably also, this analysis is gonna be influenced a lot by the earnings that we're gonna have next week. Let's go with the Qs now. Now, the Qs, even though he hasn't made a new all-time high yet compared to the SPY, Friday candle was actually better and with more strength compared to the SPY. As you can see, it didn't close below the 493 level, which is a major support, resistance, and support zone. It held above that. We still have a minor gap here between Friday and Thursday. Although I do think as long as we are above 493, then probably we can go into the 503 level and touch and do a new all-time high if we break that into the 521 by the end of year. So if we look also at the MACD and RSI compared to the SPY, you can see it's already curling up into almost positive territory, and also the RSI. So compared to the SPY, it hasn't made an all-time high yet, but actually had more strength on Friday and it closed way better than the SPY. This could be also influenced by Tesla earnings, and probably next week, since we are gonna have Apple and all kind of earnings, so we could see a lot of volatility. The technical analysis is this one. Then all technical analysis could be invalidated because of the earnings, basically. Now, if we look at more on a more granular level, we can see the here we did have probably even here. Yeah, this was the previous channel. Probably, yeah, we could say maybe, yeah, this was exactly the previous channel. Now, is holding above 495 and 493, which is held also as a support and resistance here, and support. So as long as we are above 495, 493, we can bounce and go for that all-time high. Now, in case we break down and reject the 493 level again, which happened in the past, for sure we're going to touch the 491, and after that should be the 486 level. So these are my target. Now, also to make sure you guys understand, if in case we see a major, which I don't think is going to happen, but we see a major red candle on Tuesday or due to the earnings, after 486 we could see 478. Although, to be honest, I personally don't think it's going to happen. If we pull back, probably we're going to pull back to here by next week. But actually right now I'm inclined to be more bullish than bearish. So I will probably have in mind more a scenario like this one right here. So keep that in mind, guys. Now, SMH, actually, it didn't close exactly in the best way possible. It could indicate two things. Probably head and shoulder. We lose the 246, and we go down to the 239, 237. Otherwise, probably, since right now we are inside this channel, and we have been also for the past weeks, as long as we bounce or stay in the channel, since it is also curling up the RSI, MACD, we could probably try to break again, hold above the 255 and fill the gap above 269. Even probably since we have the 50-day moving average, which is actually trying to approach the price, the current price, so it could also make another strong support and make a difficult situation to break below that 246. Even if we do that, we're probably just gonna touch and bounce from the 237 to 39 and create another higher low. Now let's get into some major and quarterly companies. Now, Amazon, to be honest, it's been a while. Basically, since it's trying to break that downtrend. Now it got rejected here, and it got rejected on Friday also on that 190 level. We could not break above that, and on Friday we even close below the 188 level. So right now, basically we have two options. We could either bounce from 184, retake the 188, and then probably the 190, which is not going to be easy, and go into 194 to 100, or we could lose the 184, which held as a support, and also losing the 150-day moving average and go into the 180 level. I'm inclined to be more bullish than bearish, although with earnings and everything, you never know. MACD and RSI are curling up at the moment, so I'm inclined to be more bullish than bearish. Although if we keep getting rejection at the 188, 190 level, that doesn't look really good. Now, Apple. So Apple on the daily created actually a possible downtrend, getting a rejection of these major support, resistance, support, and then here resistance again. So that's why I do think, even though the RSI is curling up, even if we basically we keep rejecting the 233, we're probably gonna go down into the 227 level, where we have the 50-day moving average, and hopefully we bounce from there. So probably something like this. Otherwise, and we are gonna keep staying in this kind of channel. Otherwise, if we then bounce but we reject that, we probably could see next the 221 level. Now, if we do retake the 233, then we could go higher into 36, which is rejected already twice, and try to break for a new all-time high and go into the 243 level. So like I said, watch for the 233, a hold above it, and we go, or another rejection could send us into first the 227 and then the 221. Now we could see Microsoft. So Microsoft is being tricky also for me. Now in the previous week I was looking for an inverse and a shoulder here to be able to go long. I got invalidated here and then stop out of my long position on the when it broke below the 412, and I stopped paying attention since it was keep getting and staying in this range. Now the two important level for Microsoft. For Microsoft are basically 214, 219. As long as we are above or below, we have that direction. Now, we rejected this downtrend. We were kind of trying to break above it. We closed below and probably also below the 100-day moving average. Now, what I think is going to happen, since 430 is a major, basically resistance level in this case, as you can see here and here. So we could probably either hold on the 425 and go, or hold and bounce from the 419 to try and take out the 425 again and go. So these are my two scenarios for Microsoft. 419 is the major level and support that needs to hold. 425 is minor, so even if we lose them, it could be fine and bounce from the 419. If we lose the 419, then probably it's not going to look that great, Microsoft. We could go into lower territories again, like 414 and 408. but I'm inclined to be more bullish right now on Microsoft compared to the negative scenario. Now let's get into NVIDIA. NVIDIA. What an amazing move. Although it's getting exhausted, you can see here, as you can see here, although we haven't even had a move like previously, even if it was exhausting the MACD, the RSI was already in overbought territory, and even here, even though they weren't going up, and basically we even had a lower volume, the RSI was in overbought and still going up. Right now we're not even in overbought territory, even though these look exhausted. So as a support, I do have 136 and 140, 136 and 131. Now the two major are probably 136 and 136 and 131. So even if we either bounce from here or bounce from here, it could create a higher low on the daily, and that would be fine. Now the perfect move will be, even if we lose 140, bounce from the 136 or consolidate a little bit for a couple of days to retake again and go into the 154 level that I have. But although even if we lose that and we try to touch the 20-day moving average and almost touch the 131 level, which acted as a strong support also before and resistance, then yes, we could also do the same move almost. And as long as we retake 136, 140, 141, we're going higher. Now, if we don't lose the 141, and you can see here on the hourly chart, even if we don't lose the 140 level, which it acted as a basically support, and here resistance, and here resistance, and also 137. Even if we lose one, if we don't, we just gonna keep going higher, probably consolidate a little bit more here. Otherwise, if we lose that, we do have, like I said, 137, 136, and then the 131. From these, we should bounce and go higher. But we could also bounce from here if we lose 140. I repeat. Now, also, yeah, there has been some talk lately. I don't know, you guys, if you saw this chart on NVIDIA, which some people were showing also a possible double top that break all the 137, and then if we reject 140, then probably create also the right shoulder and go all the way down to 131. Either way, I do think 137, 131 are the two major support that we must hold, whatever this scenario is going to be for NVIDIA. Now, we could probably watch Meta. Meta, like I posted a couple of weeks ago, actually, we do have these hourly and daily channel, which he held above, although it's creating kind of the same probably chart that we had on NVIDIA. So I do think if we break 462, we are going into the 542. Sorry guys, 562, 542. Otherwise, if we keep bouncing and staying inside this level, sooner or later we're gonna break and hold above the 582 and go to the 602 level. So it all depends. I don't think it's the best way to trade right now to touch Meta as long as we are inside this channel. I will probably touch it for long here or for short here. Except for that, I probably wouldn't touch it. Otherwise, I just want to also point out that on the daily, the MACD and the RSI, they're already on the MACD curling up, and the RSI is actually not in overbought territory. It was so the fact that is holding the 562 level and is starting to cut up the MACD and RSI, that means probably we're gonna see more of an uptrend next. Although since we have the 50-day moving average just below the 562, it might touch that before going higher. Now probably we could let's watch Tesla. Let's go to Tesla. Now Tesla, amazing move. I had in my preview post that I had on Twitter, I showed the target that I had when we were going on the downtrend. Now I was talking about how as long as it was inside this channel, there is no point in trading it. We had to either break above that or below. Now then, with earnings and everything, we had this upside move, so which is terrific. And as you can see, it created this gap up, and now I guess as long as we hold the 565, 562 level, we can go higher in the $300 target. Otherwise, if we break below that, we probably have next the 255, and otherwise the 241. I don't think we're gonna go all the way down, especially for the strength of the movement that we are seeing, and we are not in overbought yet, and it just started to curl up the MACD. So I think we're gonna go higher. If we hold, we must hold 265, or next is 256. Those are my support level, and as a resistance I have $290 and $300. Now let's probably, that will be all for the main companies. I could show just since we also have earnings coin, so we can close the weekend video with this company. Now, as I said in my previous video, as long as we are in this channel, there is no point, and strong support at $200 level, and strong resistance is at 211. A break above that, and we're going into the 240 level, and a break below that, and we are probably gonna touch the 50 daily moving average at 168, $180 level. Now we do have earnings also. We have also all the scenario with the crypto right now. So we might see an upside move since we had a lot of downside, like Apple. Although with earnings, you never know. So those are my level. And guys, as always, be careful with the level. Trade the level. This week's, the coming week, since the video is gonna come out on Sunday, watch for the earnings. They could change a lot the scenario of the technical analysis that I just talked about, and that will be all. I hope you guys are gonna have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.